Hi, I'm Joe Haley from Psychroptic, and I bet you can't play this. Okay, so here's the same idea, just played a little bit slower. What I'm using here is like a lot of techniques which are pretty typical of what I'd use in Psychroptic. Like, I know I don't play any solos in the band, but it's kind of just like some of the things that I'm doing with both hands. They kind of make a lot of things like really easy for me. So this is kind of what's going on. Like with my left hand, I'm doing a lot of legato playing. So. So it sort of makes a lot of runs a lot easier playing this kind of style. It's not particularly not like I'm trying to be lazy or anything. I've just sort of developed that kind of technique just because I like the flowing kind of rolling kind of sound of it. Yeah, so this runs predominantly just in pretty much straight in like B minor. So it's just sort of running straight up the scale. As you can see, like I'm in drop D tuning, so it makes it a little bit funny. But what I'm doing there is I'm sort of, to try and make it a little bit more quirky, I'm putting in like a lot of passing notes, which you can see in the start of the run. And it doesn't really make it sound wrong once you get the run up to speed. So those passing notes just sort of add to that whole rolling effect. And as you can notice with my right hand, once again to make it a lot easier and add to that whole rolling effect, I'm doing a lot of hybrid picking along with like standard picking. So yeah, it just makes it a lot easier to sort of get around the neck. Okay, I'll play it a little bit slower so you can see what I'm doing with my right hand. Okay, so with the whole hybrid picking thing, there's no exact rules to it, because I'm not always consciously thinking about what I'm doing with this hand. It kind of takes over itself. But I'll try and slow it down and just give you an example of how it sort of works. So the first part of the run is all legato, so it's just sort of like one pick stroke with the pick. But once I get to the next string, use my middle finger to pick the string sort of thing. So once it gets to the next part of the run, it kind of does pretty much the same kind of pattern again. So it starts on the 4th string. So it's pretty much like once you skip a string, once you get to the next string, you use your finger just to sort of make it roll and just sort of skip like a lot smoother. It's a good technique to sort of get around the neck in a way that you can skip strings a lot easier, because as you can see, your hand's already in that position to do so.